And hello, you all. This is Rob from Cruising on the High Seas. Today, we are talking all about helping hands for cruising. And of course, I have also invited my friend Larry from Pump Travelers to join me in on this great conversation and charity event. Are you ready down there, Larry? Let's welcome on in Larry from Pump Travelers. Hello, Larry.
Hey.
And how are you doing here today?
I'm doing awesome. It's a great day for some reason. It's hard catching me on a great day sometimes, but today's a great day. Hanging out with you, Rob. I like hanging out with you, man. So,
Yep, and same here with you, Larry. It's a great day. We're all here to raise money for this great charity event called Helping Hands for Cruising. I'm sure you heard of it, have you?
oh, yes, we know that charity, and I support it very well. Well, sorry, not very well. That was the wrong word. I support it very much.
Very much.
I don't have a lot of money to give, but I do. I do support the charity, and I give, and I will be giving tomorrow, and all that kind of stuff. Right? It's a great charity, man.
Yep. And of course, every little bit counts, no matter how big or small it is.
I think I can't remember what the smallest PayPal will take. Can't remember how it is, but PayPal is pretty good actually.
PayPal's
Uh,
pretty good. I want to say a buck.
I think it's a buck. I think it's the
I want
smallest
to say
you can
about a
give,
buck.
but it really doesn't matter. Whenever you give to charities, it real numbers don't really, that's not the point. As long as you're, giving from your heart and giving what you can. It's not about, well, Johnny gave 100, I need to give 100. No, it's not about that. It's about what you can give, and it's from the heart, man. As long as you have a great heart for the charity that you're watching and stuff, and you hear what everybody's channel, what they're talking about, what it's for, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, man. Just throw a buck in there, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because believe it or not, a buck here, a buck there, buck over there. Before
Here a
you
buck,
know it,
there a buck, everywhere a buck.
before you know it, we will be pretty damn close, if not at that goal mark of reaching what we are looking for.
I actually don't remember the goal. Actually, what is the goal for this cruisathon?
I have not been told what the goal
Yeah,
is, but
we need to find
I'm
that out before the. Yeah.
but I'm going to guess about $5,000.
5 to 10,000, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember the last one was $10,000.
Yeah.
And
I think we should go like Tony from Lolita Loca. He goes for like 18 million. So I think we should go for at least a million goal this time. That's my opinion.
yeah, well, a million sounds great, and I know Sean from the Down Under Cruisers, he would definitely enjoy to see $1 million.
Oh, wait. Can you imagine his eyes? I wonder if they have something special for those Aussies to, when they react like that. Is there like some kind of Aussie expression that they do if they got that kind of a
Yeah,
donation?
I would imagine if somehow we did manage to hit $1 million, because as some of you are probably not aware of, or you might be, Sean is also a first aid trainer. And if he saw $1 million raised or coming from one or multiple people equaling up to 1 million, he may be the one that needs some first aid. Because I think he would have a heart attack over that.
Yeah. What is this cruise? What is this cruise? What is this cruise-a-thon all about? What is Helping Hands for cruising, Rob?
So this Helping Hands for cruising is marathon is all about raising money for a charity event that for people who are unlikely or not able to get onto a cruise and have the most life experience of a lifetime that they will probably not even get a chance to experience.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I understand that kind of stuff personally, Rob. I just went on my first cruise in March of 2022, and even for me now, it's not that I can't afford it or anything. I've traveled. I've been blessed and stuff, and been able to travel different places and stuff. But I did go on my first cruise in March, and yeah, it's amazing. And so when I was growing up, I never had money or anything, and I was always envious of my classmates and stuff. And where did you go for your summer vacation? Oh, I went to Disneyland or Miami. Went to Miami for spring break. That was one of my big things as a teenager. I wanted to go into spring break with everybody and party, and never could do it. But I was totally blessed, basically all my life, been in situations, growing up poor, there were still so many organizations out there, that helps out in those situations. Like, take for instance, Big Brothers and Big Sisters. I don't know if you've heard of them, Rob. They have them in
Yep.
Ontario. I even think they have them in America as well. But yeah, Big Brothers and Big Sisters. So I was part of that. And I got to travel a couple places with them. I never had to pay for anything. Everything was all paid for: food, transportation, hotels, everything. And I remember looking back, on those things, and how, amazing it felt to be able to do that. Somebody paid for me to go on a trip, right? And I'm very grateful and thankful. And I've taken that and brought it into my adulthood, and I want to give back. And so that's why I support Helping Hands for Cruising, is because, somebody, helped me out in a tough situation, and now I can give back and help and support, something that was given to me. It wasn't Helping Hands for Cruising, it was Big Brothers and Big Sisters, but that was totally out of this world amazing. Yeah, I'll just say my first trip was in 1978. It was to Boston, Massachusetts, in America. It was a 10-day trip. We drove from St. John, New Brunswick. We stopped in Bangor, Maine, spent the night there, and then the next day we went to Boston and spent a few days there. Got to see a couple Boston Red Sox games at Fenway Park. Can imagine at 8 years old, Rob, way before you were born.
Yeah, way before I was born.
At Fenway Park, that's where the old baseball used to be. You get that the old feeling. You can basically hear Babe Ruth back in the days, and all those kinds of feeling of the old baseball. Because you live in Ontario, you got baseball. Correct. So that was one of those things, and I was able to experience that for free. And I'm not bragging or any of that stuff. It was those kinds of charity organizations step up, and they help people that normally wouldn't have the ability to do that. Not all poor people are bad people. Like, without going too far into detail, there's a lot of people out there that cannot experience cruising, which is basically what Helping Hands for Cruising is. Whatever the circumstances are, they cannot or will not be able to, within their circumstances, be able to go on a cruise of a lifetime, right? And so charities like Helping Hand for Cruising helps those kinds of things, right? And it's not because I'm not saying it, just because I'm a supporter of the charity. I totally believe in it. It's an organization that's helping somebody's dream come true, and I'm very, very excited to be a part of that.
Yeah, and of course, what reflects to me in Helping Hands for Cruising, and unfortunately, I can't find the video connected that makes me think of it, but use YouTube and play around with it. But there's a video out there that talks about a person that was trying to go into a store. I think they wanted to get a cake or something, and they didn't have enough money, so they couldn't get the cake or wherever the item happened to be. The person who happened to be behind them bought it for them. And many years later, sure behold, same scenario came up. The one who couldn't afford it was able to afford it, and they did it back to the person who was able to afford it back then, but they just couldn't do it this time. So it was paying it forward. That's what helping hands for cruising means to me. It's just paying it forward.
In my case, Rob, I was homeless different times in my life, without going into the specifics. But eventually, I ended up working for a homeless shelter, and then I was able to grow from there. Then I'm able to afford to go on cruises now. Do you know what I mean? I've gotten myself in my situation where I can afford to go on a cruise. I'm on disability, but I can still afford, like a cruise or two here and there, right? My situation has allowed me to seek out stuff that I've always wanted to do. But it was all based off of all those kinds of things. It's paying it forward. Somebody paid it for me when I was younger and I was poor and stuff. Now I want to help the poor. I want to help those less fortunate enjoy things in life that they will never get a chance to. Some will never, ever, ever get a chance to be on a cruise. These cruises aren't really cheap, and it's all it takes is a couple bucks to throw into a pot and saying, here, I'll throw $2 in to help you, to help get this guy on a cruise. Right now, we got, I think it's 3 cruises already set up, 3 different people going on a cruise.
I think about three, maybe 4.
3 that I know for sure. Kenny is our first Ford man, aka Kenneth Oakes. He's got a YouTube. Go check it out. Links will be in the description. But yeah, there's 2 other ones. I think one's in the Caribbean, also in the Caribbean. I think that's in March, and then the other one's in the UK, out of Southampton.
I don't know about the Southampton dates.
Yeah.
But the next one is March 12th.
Yeah, March 12th. Yes.
I want to say March 12th, and that's with Fantastic Studios.
Fantastic Studios. Yeah. So, and what that is, that's all expense paid for somebody to go on a cruise. Some might think that's a lot of money. To me, like I said, $2. If we have everybody in this community, chip in $2, that goes a long way. You know what I mean? And so this isn't about guilting anybody into, throwing your money in the pocket or in the bucket. This isn't what it is. It's just understand, you're helping somebody, paying forward to others. That's what happens. That's what happened to me. Somebody paid it forward to me, and then now I can pay it forward to somebody else, and then so on and so forth. And so, like, I actually love going to Tim Hortons and saying, now, of course, I'm not going to sit there and pay $100 bill. Somebody ordered some, $100 bills at Tim Hortons at the drive-through. But what I'll do is I'll ask the person when I pull up to the window. I ask them, how much is the bill behind me? And they'll say whatever. It's $10 or whatever. Hey, I'll pay for it, right? And I'm not looking for recognition in any of that.
Right.
My reward is just knowing the fact that, hey, I just made somebody's day. If society did that, that would be a lot more happier people out there, instead of sitting there saying, no, I'm not giving him $10. He can go get it himself, right? That's sometimes people are that way and they're not necessarily deserving, but it shouldn't matter to anybody. We should just, as long as we know that we're giving to somebody and they're making them happy, that's all that really matters. And I actually just shared a quote about that earlier. And it shouldn't be about recognition either. This shouldn't be about, well, I just gave Rob $10, now he can go on a thing, and seek anything in return. The only thing I seek in return is knowing the fact in my own spot, in my own heart, that I just made somebody's day, right? And, you see a lot of TikToks out there and everybody's going up to the homeless and saying, those are people, they're doing a good thing, kind of, but we don't know if they're doing this on purpose, but they're using kindness to create views. And I don't agree with that.
Correct. Yeah.
Giving is about caring. It's about understanding what you're giving for and helping people, right? And I'm not saying all TikTokers talk about homeless are bad people either. Like, that's not what I'm talking about. But I'm just so irritated seeing some of these people, homeless, and they use like a stereotypical homeless person, right? I was homeless before. Do I look like a homeless person to you, Rob?
Nope.
No, I don't. Your stereotypical homeless person is dirty and all straggly and cruffly. You know what I mean? But I was homeless before. There is no such thing as a stereotypical homeless person. Homeless can be anybody. I worked in a homeless shelter for 5 years, and I met clients that were multimillionaires, right? It's just their situation got into whatever. And so then they were in that, right? And so now this person is actually helping people out, right? So they've hit their rock bottom, and now somebody has helped them up, right? And now they can pass it forward, and that's what I love doing. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I can wrap.
Yep, that's perfectly fine. And of course, like we've always been saying, every small little donation, matter it's $1, $2, $3, whatever you can afford.
Yeah.
Please consider donating it, and you won't believe how far that will go to the next recipient. But in the meantime, I'm going to share a video with you all that trying to pull the name on top of my head. Fat Man Adventures has put together for us. So here it is.
Link will be in the description below.
And of course, links will be in the description down below, along with the direct link to where you can donate.
Got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
You know you gotta do the things you only dreamed about. Don't let anything stop you thinking you can't go all out. You can do the things you never thought were possible with Helping Hands to help you get there. Even oceans are no obstacle. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
So if you ever dreamed about taking a cruise in one of them big old boats, soaking up that sun, feel that breeze, yeah, there is still hope. Don't let the ocean be a notion that is out of reach. Let's get together, help each other, and go see the sea. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You've got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
And that is our Helping Hands for Cruising video. Complimentary to Fat Man Adventures.
Go check him out, guys. He's got an awesome channel also.
Yeah. And of course, with all donations, we said it all goes strictly into helping another recipient to get on board one of these fantastic cruises. And of course, inside the description down below, I will also, because I'm also have a Patreon, and inside the Patreon is a exclusive tier for Helping Hands for Cruising, and that all goes to Helping Hands for Cruising. So if you join that Patreon tier, and like I said, it all goes to Helping Hands for Cruising. 100%. I don't get a dime out of it. I will give you a kickback, and you can reap some rewards out of it. And part of the bonus I have right now going until, I believe that's set until 10 o'clock tonight, is up to $100 with inside the whole entire tier, I will match it. And I
10
believe,
p.m. Eastern.
pardon me,
10 p.m. Eastern. Sorry.
do I have?
No, 10 p.m. Eastern.
Yes, that's
I-
10 p.m. Yes, 10 p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
And I believe there's a total of 10 slots. So if everyone donate, if all 10 slots fill up at $10 a slot, I will do $100 for the next 3 months.
Does that mean if we go on a cruise, if I buy you a drink, you will buy me a drink? No.
No, that's not inside the bonus.
Darn, like, or you'll match me drink for drink.
Not your drink for drink. No, I'm not running that special. And of course, like I said, for the next 3 months. So
there we go. There's a challenge. Do it out.
There's 2 ways. So as Sean would say, make him pay.
Make him pay.
Make him pay. And of course, I'll always give a screenshot showing how much came in off of that and what went out. Just so you guys know, nothing came to me. So, come on, people. Make me pay. So, that's what.
No, just making sure.
Oh, okay. I thought you said something.
No. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that to me, that's what Helping Hands for Cruising is, and of course, Larry gave his what it all means up towards him.
The what?
What Helping Hands for Cruising means to you?
Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to reveal because I'm going to be going live as well. I'm going to be going live at what is it? 1 p.m. Eastern on Saturday.
Yeah, on Saturday you just went live on Saturday.
Yeah. So
of course you don't want to review everything on this side, and it be all repeat because.
Well, I don't want to repeat what I've said on my show. So.
Yeah. And of course, we need to make sure that each one is all unique, its own different ways.
And if you haven't seen mine, go check out mine. It's Plump Travelers.
Yep. And of course,
link is in the description.
Yep. Of course, link will be in the description down below. And I will also try and make sure I have all the links to all the other YouTubers that are taking part in this, so you can see the playlist of all the lives over the weekend from 6 p.m. Friday all the way up until 6 p.m. tonight.
And that's all night long.
And that's
for those
non-stop
night owls and early morning people and all that and different time zones. And yeah, that's a lot of watching. Yeah. But hey, as long as you get in there and throw some cash in there, yeah, be appreciated.
Yep.
I usually do a lot of talking, Rob. So if you notice, I'm keeping a little quiet.
Yep.
I'm very talkative.
I know you're very talkative. And I'm pretty sure Kenneth, he'll be in and has probably been up all night.
Kenneth, the master multitasker, or Ford Man here, aka Kenneth Oakes, the first recipient.
Yes, he also happens to be the first recipient
for Helping Hands for Cruising. Yep. Kenny has never seen the ocean before. He's never been on a cruise ship. He lives in a very tough situation, where it would be really hard for him to do any of that stuff. He has disabilities and stuff like that really, holds him back on some things, but he still can get out, and he's going to be going on this cruise. And I can't wait to see Kenny's face, man. Again, like when I was younger and then all this stuff, I remember the feeling of experience something that, hey, you know what, I'm never going to be able to do this. But then they brought me to a place like Boston, right? Some people take that for granted. Okay, it's just Boston. But for a young kid at 8 years old that's poor, seeing those things is amazing. So someone like Kenny, who's in his 20s, that's never been out of Tennessee really, other than a couple places, um, a couple places in the States, but he's never seen the ocean, right? I live on the ocean and it's beautiful, right? So I can't imagine. I don't know. I don't know what it feels like to not see the ocean. For one, I grew up on the east coast of Canada, St. John, New Brunswick, which is a cruise port. So I've always been around ocean, and I could not imagine not seeing that. I know when I go visit my kids in America, they live in New Mexico. I don't even think I've seen water there, any like rivers or lakes. So,
Yeah.
I cannot imagine not seeing the ocean. Like my daughter, youngest daughter, she has been to the ocean. Now she was born in St. John, but she left when she was 6, which was in 2006. So she probably doesn't remember the ocean, but she did get to visit California. So she saw the ocean. But my oldest, now she was older, so she remembers the ocean. But just in those kind of situations, like they live in a place where there's no water, and I could not imagine not seeing the ocean and the mountains and all those kinds of things. So Kenny is going to see the ocean for the first time. And like I was saying to Kenny earlier, I got to see somebody from Africa that saw snow for the first time, man. Like it felt like $1,000,000 just watching their reaction to snow, like all giddy, like a 5-year-old kid playing around the snow, throwing snowballs and everything. That is just, it's priceless, man. Right? And so, yeah, I can't wait to see Kenny's face on this cruise, man.
Yeah. And like, of course, I'm looking forward to all the videos, premieres that are going to follow behind in many years.
I was going to bring up my camera and show you, but it's over there.
Yeah, like I think I've also heard that he's also doing the chef's table. I don't know about the steakhouse.
I don't know if he's doing the steakhouse or not. I don't know. I just
But
heard the chef's table.
But I believe I did hear the chef's table. And that is definitely one video I'm looking forward towards seeing him doing. And him rating definitely a 10 out of 10.
Yeah. I also just want to add in there, if I could, Rob, with Kenny. Kenny is a YouTuber also. He's got his own channel. It's mainly about food vlogs, taste test reviews and stuff like that. But what I love about this guy, he's very supportive of every single channel out there. If it's an RV community, if it's a sewing channel, if it's a cruising channel, he's just so very supportive and loving to everybody, man. Like, he's my little buddy, and I haven't even met the guy in person yet. Like, I've seen him on here and stuff like that. I can't wait to meet this guy. But yeah, he's so supportive of everybody in here, right? Like he wasn't really a cruising channel, but he supports every one of us that's part of that cruising community. You know what I mean? Like I started in 2019 in the cruise community, and it's so loving and caring community, but he's still part of it, even though he's never been on a cruise before, right? You don't need to be a cruiser to be on a cruising, following a cruise community. You just like the looks of cruising, right? So then Kenny was chosen by the community to be the first recipient, man. And I am so amazed and grateful and thankful that he was chosen, man, because he is a great person to be chosen for this. Like I said, he lives in a small, I don't know how small his town is, but he lives in a small place, I guess, but he's never been able to go anywhere really because he has disabilities, right? And having disabilities, you're not rich. You don't get to afford, travel like a lot of people, right? So, I'm very glad that he was chosen, and I'm very honored to be able to support Kenny and his dreams, make his dreams a reality, man. I'll throw whatever I can in there whenever I can, right? I'm on disability myself. I have disabilities, not like Kenny's, but I still have disabilities, and
Yep.
so I'm not rich or anything, but I still throw stuff in there, man, because like I said, I'll throw $1, $2, $5, $10, $20, doesn't matter. I'll throw what I can in there, and I've actually given multiple times, on different channels, right?
Same here.
And again, this isn't about guilting anybody. If you want to give, you give. If you don't, you don't, right?
Yeah, and of course,
My wife's coming. I'm on a live feed here, love.
Can I use your phone? I don't want to use my minutes.
Of course you can, sir.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you.
Sorry about that. My wife didn't realize I was live again.
as always, that's okay.
Happy wife, happy life, guys.
Yep. And of course, if right now you can't donate, that's okay. The link will always be there for you when you are able to
In the
donate.
future, yeah, if you're watching it replay and stuff like that.
If you're watching the replay, even if it happens to be 10, 15 years down the road,
yeah,
it will always be there.
Rob, if I can say this also, even if you don't support the PayPal and stuff, by going in and watching all these videos as well, supports the Helping Hands for Cruising. A lot of channels, YouTube channels, are monetized, right? So anytime somebody watches a video, and if they're monetized, they get the money. And a lot of YouTubers just throw that money right back into their channels or the Helping Hand for Cruising, right? So it doesn't matter. Like if you don't, you think you're in the future and, like, okay, that thing's over and done with, hey, just watch the channel. Check out the videos, man. Like, there's a lot of hard work going into creating these videos, right? It's not just us guys sitting in front of a camera and chit-chatting away. There's things that you don't get to see. And the same with many YouTubers out there. You don't see, like I created a video that took me weeks to create a video. And I'm not monetized. I don't get no money for it, but I spend money to create that video. So not everybody understands how this YouTube thing works. It's not about, getting in front of a camera and yapping your mouth away. There's a lot of things going on, and there's a lot of important things going on. And so, yeah, if you see in the future, if you want to donate. If you don't, hey, at least try to check out the videos and watch the videos all the way to the end. That helps out in many different ways as well. The YouTube algorithm sees that people are watching it, and it shows that there's interest, and then they share that out to other people. And that's how YouTube works. The more activity that's on that channel or on that live feed, be it in the likes, the comments, subscribing, sharing, all those kinds of things. YouTube sees that activity going on and thinks, hey, let's share it out to others, right? But if you're sitting there quiet and doing nothing and you're just looking at the video and watching a couple seconds, that's not showing interest. So then YouTube shuts us all down, and then we get no views, right? It's not a matter if I have 500 people as a subscribers like I do right now, that all 500 people gets to see that videos. It's all based on people watching the videos, right? And that will help support Helping Hands for Cruising. The more you watch of these channels coming up over the weekend or over the 24 hours, that helps, right? So hey, if you want to support this that way, that helps too.
Yep. And of course, leaving comments in the comment section down below if you're watching live, commenting, making communication.
Yeah, in the comments section there, you don't necessarily, if you're one of those shy people that don't want to talk, that's okay. That's, we're not saying you must come in here and chit chat, but what it does, if you come in here and say, hi, my name's John Doe and I live in South Africa. Hey, come on in, we'll say hi to you. If we don't get to your thing, be patient. We might be able to get to you. Sometimes it all depends on how many people's in the chat. But if it's like a recorded video, shouldn't be no problem for us. I take every second out of my time to, if I see a comment, I'm on here every day looking at comments. If there's another comment, I'll respond to it. Now, of course, once you get into big numbers like 20 to 100,000 subscribers, then it's hard to keep up with all the comments that happen.
Yeah.
But we all try our best.
we all try our best, and of course, if it happens to be in a live and say you comment and we didn't get to you, drop it in the comment section down below. And of course, like for me personally, I go through all the comments as much as I can live. If I miss it, just put in the comment section down below, inside the video or live stream, and when I have the ability time to get to it, I will respond to it, because I make sure I try and hit every single one. And like Larry said, it helps with the algorithm and in so many different ways.
I know for me, for my YouTube channel, it's not about profit. This isn't about getting me so I can get profit and live the high life. A lot of people, they're out there. So I'm a travel channel. They think because I'm getting monetized and I'm making cruise videos, it's about me getting a free cruise. This isn't about that. That's not what YouTube, for me personally. So what happens is if once I get monetized, which I need another 500 subscribers, then you start getting money from YouTube. And so any money that comes back in any way possible, it's not just YouTube, there's affiliate links and all those kinds of things without getting into too much detail and all that. So any money that comes into my channel goes right back into the channel. So that being said, yes, it could pay for part of a cruise, you know, and right now you don't get a lot of money for YouTube. It's not what people think. Now, YouTubers do make a lot of money. You get that they call a snowball rolling. You know, you need at least 10,000 subscribers before you can really say I'm starting to make any money on YouTube. But then there's other ways of making money. But I just want to say, for me, any money that comes into me will go right back into that, and that's where I can also throw extra money into helping hands for cruising and stuff like that. So it's not about me making money so I can have an enjoyable life. I already have an income. I have a permanent disability income here. We're already taken care of. Our house is already paid off. You know what I mean? So this is just extra income to go right back. So it's like a non-profit, really. Now, of course, like I said, if I'm going on a cruise and a cruise comes up, it'll be part of that. It's because that's what I'm creating is travel content. It'll be creating that content for anybody. It's not about me going to sit on the beach drinking a beer and it's nice, I'm sure. But it's not like we're going there and not recording anything and enjoying the money that we just made from YouTube. It's going on there and spending most of our vacation working, sharing videos, creating videos, right? So I know on my first cruise in March, I was watching this other channel, and both of them, I don't want to mention on here right now because this is not my channel, but this channel, they spent so much time running around getting that perfect shot, which is great. So that means they worked extra harder than I did. But me, I was just there to experience the first time cruise and get that vibe and feeling, and which was now awesome, right? So my next cruise, I get to have some fun. And I'll record a lot more next time. I plan on doing it. I just shared a video not too long ago about my first cruise. It's my flight out of Powell River to Vancouver. So it's a series of videos coming out. So go check it out.
Yep, check it out. And of course, once I get my citation, or if I don't, I'm okay with it. But once I start getting my rolling into my channel, same thing. I'm rolling it right back into.
You're rolling closer too, Rob. I see yours up there. You got more than me.
I know.
All good. It's all good. It's not about the numbers. It's about having fun and just doing what we need to do. Right? We all have motives in what we're doing for these YouTube channels, and it's not really. It's the monetization isn't the forefront. It's part of it, but it's not the forefront. Like for me, it's having the ability to inspire others to get out and travel the world. I'm a big supporter of travel, and so whatever it takes to get people out traveling. So me creating travel videos, that's all part of it, right? Not about me necessarily going to Indonesia and living it up in luxury, though. And I'm actually a budget traveler, by the way. So.
Yeah, because just the other day, I want to say one of my colleagues at work asked me about the pricing for cruising. And of course, how do I respond to that answer? Well, that's a tough question to answer because it all comes down to what kind of cruise are you doing? What line? Like there's so many variables in there, so I can't say, oh, it's this much to do it. But the answer I gave to them simple is, well, what I just said, but also Carnival, which is also happens to be the cruise line that the first Helping Hands for Cruising is going on, the Carnival Horizon, October 15th to the 21st. 23rd, my bad, 23rd. Like I said, Carnival Horizon, and they happen to be just the Carnival brand, happens to be one of the most cheapest cruises you can go on. But like I said to them, it all depends on many variables.
Every cruise line has its own perks and bads and all that kind of stuff. And then there's also different levels of things. Like I'm a watch. I love watches. I don't have my own watch collection. I just dream a lot. and I was watching something last night, and they're talking about a luxury items, and you get the $10 Walmart watches all the way up to the petite, the Rolexes, all the high-end watches, right? So there's differences in each, right? And so Carnival just so happens to be called the fun ships. They create like an affordable, all-around kind of cruising, whereas all the way up to Quinard, which is black tie, tuxedo, really strict rules and all that kind of stuff. Now, it's not saying that Carnival's junk or garbage. It's just it's a different product, right? For me, that was my first chosen place. I'm also a budget traveler, and I also do not do luxury travel. I don't think I would ever be comfortable going on a Quinard cruise. I mean, personally. Now, that's just me, and I'm not, saying anything bad about it. It's just I don't live a luxury life, so I would be sitting there pretending like I'm a rich person inside of a luxury thing. But it's beautiful. If you want to cruise and you want to go on Quinard, hey, I'll hook you up. I've done some training. But no, everyone has its own things. Like for you, Rob, you went on NCL, right? Yours was NCL, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I've currently have only done NCL.
That's right. And then, they all have their own little, goods and bad things about them, right? So it's just me. I prefer Carnival, actually.
Yeah, and of course, I am set to do a Carnival cruise in the very near future. I was supposed to be doing this cruise, but unfortunately, some circumstances have turned around and stopped me from doing it, but that's okay. But I am looking forward to my first Carnival cruise.
I'll miss Rob because, we were going to hang out and hold hands on the moonlit deck and everything.
Yep.
Sorry, Rob.
But like I said, it's all good.
You don't have to cry, Rob.
I know.
I'm kidding.
But look, don't, Larry. We'll make sure we get on a cruise together soon.
You make sure when we go on our cruise together, we'll hold hands walking on the deck, the moonlit deck.
Yeah.
Along with a new recipient for Helping Hands for Cruising. How's that?
Oh, by far, definitely.
Yes.
Like
I don't think Kenny will hold our hands though, Rob. Sorry.
I don't know.
He doesn't seem like the kind of guy that will be very comfortable holding a guy's hand.
Let us know inside the chat if you will hold our hands, Kenneth.
Because we know Kenneth is watching. He watches everybody's. He's a big supporter. The master multitasker. He's the mod. Yeah. Master mod. The master mod multitasker.
Yeah.
So Do you have any other cruises that you would like to do in the future, Rob?
Oh, there's many cruises I would like to do in the future. I'm on the fence on one cruise, but I think I'm gonna just pull the trigger on it and do it. Yes, it doesn't mean too much to me.
This is Gary
Simply
with Cruising Scene,
because
Traveling Dwayne, and
I can hear
I
an
can.
echo there, Rob.
Yep, I just fixed the echo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yep.
So you're thinking about pulling the trigger.
On the trigger.
Are we allowed to know which cruise and where?
Yep.
and-
It is the New England cruise that will stop within Canada. And it's the East Coast. I'm thinking of doing that kind of cruise, but to me, because I'm from Canada, I've been to the East Coast multiple times. So I might just pull that trigger, and I think Larry's looking at doing that kind of cruise too.
Well, you know what? Funny thing, Rob, I was just looking because, as you know, if you're a Carnival cruiser, and again, I've only cruised once, and that was with Carnival. You get a VIFP, very important fun person number, and it's a loyalty points thing. And you know, if you go on the cruise, you get so many points and stuff, and then they start sending you offers. So you know, I get an email link saying offering this or that, and so I was looking at another cruise on Carnival, doing the New England route, and it was actually cheaper than that cruise that we were looking at, by the way.
Interesting.
Yes. And it's a 7-day, not a 5-day. I never got a chance to talk to you about that one.
I think we may have to have a little talk on that one, Sir Larry.
So, shall we talk about what cruise that we were originally talking about, what you're originally talking about?
Yes, we can talk about that one.
It was a 5-day on Royal Caribbean. Was it Oasis? No. What ship? Royal Caribbean's. What ship was it? Was it Oasis of the Seas? I think it was Oasis.
I think it was Oasis.
Oasis of the Seas. It was a 5-day out of New Jersey going to St. John, New Brunswick. That's the only port. It was, I think, 3 days in St. John or 2 or 3 days in St. John, and then back to New Jersey.
If I remember correctly, it was 2 because we get in, we spend 1 day, and then the next day, and then we head off.
And you head back, yeah. And the reason why I'm reacting the way it is because St. John is where I was born. I'm originally from St. John, New Brunswick, on the east coast of Canada, and this is the cruise port that this ship goes to. And originally, I wanted my wife Ananda to visit where I'm from. She's never been, past I think Manitoba or anything, and so I wanted her to see where it was. Now she's not really. We're both tropical. We love tropical stuff, warm places, and she doesn't really find the appeal to go there. But here's the thing, Rob, if she doesn't want to go, we can still do that. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Because I can, maybe make some connections because I am a TA,
Yeah.
and maybe look into doing it ourselves, right? You know what I mean? Now, of course, I wouldn't go on Ananda's birthday like it was doing. But we can check and see if it's on my birthday because I would love to do it. But I think we should check into that, Rob, me and you. Then we can walk the deck holding hands and everything, right?
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm just kidding with everyone here. We're not hopefully.
Hope not. Because is there something you know that I don't know?
We are just getting to know each other, Rob. Is it okay, Robbie?
I don't know, Larry.
But so yeah, St. John, New Brunswick. I can't remember which port this was at, Rob, what I was looking at, but it was a 7-day, and it was cheaper than Royal Caribbean's. Although I would like to try Royal Caribbean, but if I were to do that, I would like to do a 7-day. I only, if I'm leaving Canada where I'm from and going to places like that, I want a 7-day vacation, not a 2 or 3 day or 5-day vacation. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Now, I do want to check out New York. That's a bucket list for me. And so if I were to do a 5-day, I can experience that and go to St. John and visit my family in St. John and then go back and do it like a thing in New York. And then you can fly back to Toronto and then I can fly back to Vancouver.
Yeah. Yeah. Like to me, like there are some cruises I do look at and they're shorter than others. But to me, I would definitely be looking at least a 7-dayer, just simply because of how much time and the cost it's going to cost me just to go.
Yeah.
Like,
See, for us Canadians, it costs a little bit extra, slightly more than what Americans pay for travel, because Americans are paying for flights within their country, which is much cheaper. Well, it's actually getting cheaper here in Canada because we have ultra low cost carriers now, but we got to, be coming from another country into it. So it costs us a little bit more. So we need to be careful on what it is. So somebody in America, it's all right for them to do it like a 3-day or a 2-day cruise. For us, I would love it. If I lived in a cruise port like that, I'd be going on a cruise all the time. Like I was telling Dewey, who lives in Fort Lauderdale, you don't need to buy a luxury yacht. You got your own big, huge cruise ship to go on your friggin' things. You know what? Hey, let's go for a cruise on the weekend. You know what I mean? You don't got to pay for drinks. You don't got to pay for nothing other than the cruise. And it's like next to nothing. Whereas you have your own, yacht or your own boat in Florida. Well, yeah, you get to go wherever you want with your own boat. I never thought of that part. And you've been to Florida, haven't you?
Multiple times.
Yes, you have never been to Florida.
I've covered pretty much every theme park down in Florida that you could probably think of. Like
Yeah,
I've done Universal, I've done Disney, I've done Lego. What else is there? SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, you name it, I've done it.
See, for me, I have bad legs and bad back, so I can't do a lot of walking, and I shy away from them. The last time I was in a park, Rob, was where you live, Canada's Wonderland, 1986. Actually, there was another trip there. I was in Sea Cadets. They paid for my trip to Ontario for training, and while we were there, they took us to Canada's Wonderland. So that was back way before you were born, Rob.
Yeah, a couple years before I was born.
Yeah.
And of course, for us, that's actually also a story that how I got into cruising, because we've done all the stuff in Florida that you could think of seeing. So we were trying to come up with ideas of, okay, what else can we do? Because we want something new, something different, and not just keep repeating. Okay, yes, it's fun going to Disney World and Disney, Universal Studios and all those theme parks, but eventually you're just going to get bored of doing the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
Where on a cruise, it's all something different each day.
Yep.
We even consider into checking out some of the resorts instead of cruising, but cruising one. And now it's like I compare cruising to, in a way, in the wrong idea of like smoking. You get hooked, but you get hooked for the right reason. So it's a good addiction.
See, for me, I was used to the land vacations first, right? All inclusive, everything, drinking, food, everything was all inclusive, and then you spent the 7 days in that one spot, which I loved, right? I thought I wasn't going to like that when I went cruising, but to be honest, I'm different than a lot of people about cruising. A lot of people likes the excursions and the places to visit and stuff like that. For me, I don't think you have enough time to do all that stuff. I don't want to rush. When I go on a vacation, I want to relax. Not, okay, I got to be at my excursion at 8:30 and blah, blah, blah. No. I'm not trying to knock any of that stuff. This is just me, my own personal thing. But I will say I loved hanging out on the ship. And it didn't matter if there wasn't nothing going on. It's just hanging out on the ship, talking to people and meeting new people, socializing, you know, like, but there is tons of stuff to do on a cruise ship. Tons, right? You know, tons of food, tons of people, splash parks and spas and pools and hot tubs and drinking and dance parties. I don't even dance, Rob, and I was up on the dance floor. That's totally another thing for Larry. I don't dance. But yeah, I was even up on the dance floor. They had this thing where you had the headphones on and there was two different things.
The silent dancing?
Silent dancing. It's like, OMG. Like, it was amazing. It was hilarious because here I am listening to one and I can't dance for beans. And I'm sitting with other people and they're all dancing. But it was a lot of veteran cruisers that knows the dances and stuff. So here I was getting like trampled on. So I ended up leaving the floor. But it was still funny. It wasn't because, well, no, I need to expect it. You know, these people are running all over me. This is not fun. Well, it was fun. It was something unusual, unique, and it was, you know, it's something different, right? You know what I mean? And that's what I enjoyed. All that. Now I did get off of the ports, but I just moseyed on around a little bit in the ports, and that's about it, right? You know?
Yep.
But that's my own personal thing, right? You know? And yes, I'm hooked on cruising myself in its own way. It's not the same as the land vacation. And you're going and visiting these places, you go get to explore. You know, that's what the land vacations are for. Whereas with cruising, if you want to go on those and you don't mind being that busy on your cruise, then yeah, cruising. I'm guaranteed you'll love cruising.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, Rob, you got like 3 minutes left there.
Yep. I was just about to wrap this up because I noticed we're come to the top of the hour.
I can't get a copyright. Helping Hands for Cruising.
and of course, right behind me is John and Nancy from J&N Travel. So the link.
There's our J&N.
So the link will be in the chat and also in the comment section down below to their live stream, which will follow behind mine. So as we wrap things up, I'm going to play that video for you one last time as we are heading on out of here. So thank you, Larry, for coming on by here today and helping me with this live stream for Helping Hands for Cruising.
That's why we're called partner channels.
Yes.
Wink, wink.
So once again, the link is in the description bar down below and inside the chat. And of course, take me up on that offer I put out there inside my Patreon. Join the Patreon.
Don't forget to go check out Fat Matt Adventures YouTube channel. He's got a great channel there. He's the one that created this video, and give a shout out to him. Show him some love, peeps. He did an amazing job on this video.
Yeah, and of course, like I said, I will match anything up to $100 inside that tier for the next 3 months. So thank you once again, Larry, for stopping on by and helping me out with this video. And here is the Fat Matt Adventures video that we were talking about.
Have you ever dreamt about taking a cruise on one of them fancy boats, soaking up the beauty and the magic just to free your soul? It's floating on the ocean, just a notion that seems out of reach. One thing on your bucket list is just to go and see the beach. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for Cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for Cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for Cruising, making your dream a reality.
You know you gotta do the things you've only dreamed about. Don't let anything stop you thinking you can't go all out. You can do the things you never thought were possible with Helping Hands to help you get there. Even oceans are no obstacle. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but helping hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising. Making your dream a reality.
So if you ever dreamed about taking a cruise in one of them big old boats, soaking up that sun, feel that breeze, yeah, there is still hope. Don't let the ocean be a notion that is out of reach. Let's get together, help each other, and go see the sea. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You've got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but helping hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising. Making your dream a reality. Yeah. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising. Making your dream a reality. Yeah.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, so thank you for all stopping by. Until next time, I will see you on the high seas. Larry, what do you have to say?
See you on the high seas.
Bye.